Welcome back to Money to Talk Sports. We had a great thing going on this week in sports. On Tuesday, right now in basketball, man, if you're missing out on basketball, you're pretty much. I know a lot of people say they don't really start watching basketball until after the All-Star break, but you're probably missing a lot of basketball, a lot of good basketball going on right now. I just wanted to get into this past Tuesday. There was actually 1 versus 2 in the West. Golden State Warriors versus Denver Nuggets. And, you know, I gotta say, because I was actually watching a lot of the national networks, they actually came out and say that Golden State Warriors made a statement in the first quarter, hitting 10 threes, made a record there. I just really want to say I'm not impressed. When you talk about Denver Nuggets, you really have to talk about who are Denver Nuggets. I mean, last year they was actually, the 9th best team in the Western Conference. Okay, so they had to fight just to get in the playoff and missed it against the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean, I'm getting a lot of comments from a lot of colleagues, a lot of friends of mine, and I even asked the question. Do you really believe that the Denver Nuggets is a true contender? And every answer that I'm getting, every answer from my comments, no. Denver Nuggets, in order to, yes, anybody can hold down the top spot for a number 1 spot, don't mean that you're a number 1 team. The last time Denver Nuggets have even made the playoffs was back in 2009. And I have to give credit to that team with Carmelo Anthony. With that team right there, okay, in 2009, Denver Nuggets. Not this team. This team, pretty much, if you have a team that hit 10 3-pointers in the first quarter, I'm really looking at not only the team, not only the players, I'm looking at the coaching staff. Okay, what happened to playing defense? What happened to defending the 3-point line, picking up a player 94 feet? Okay, every highlight that I even watch with Golden State shooting their threes, man, you got people, the players sitting back 10 feet. I'm looking at that highlight, and I'm more in shock. I'm more in awe of Denver Nuggets' lack of defense in that game rather than Golden State Warrior being a great team or setting a statement. Was there a statement said in that game? Absolutely. That was a statement. The lack of defense, the lack of team would come out on their home court in Denver and show, if I was a paying fan, I would want my money back. Okay? I'm a paying customer. I want my money back. Give me my refund. I'm leaving after the first quarter, scoring 51 points. Okay? So Denver Nuggets, if you're a team in the NBA, you're playing in NBA, and you're not playing defense, and that goes to all those teams out there. I'm looking at New Orleans, who do not play defense. I'm looking at Denver Nuggets, who choose to play defense whenever you want. If you're playing the champion from the recent year, usually in the past, I love it. What happened in the past? When a champion come to your town, you're going to make sure you show up for that game. That's the one game you do show up for. Oh, no, not Denver Nuggets, though. Oh, everyone want to talk about Mount High, how hard it is to breathe in Colorado, the thin air, playing in there. That's going to be really good for home court advantage. Let me tell you, when you're looking at these teams in the West, when you're looking at Golden State, when you're looking at the Lakers with LeBron, when you're looking at Houston Rockets, these teams are not even not even worried about Denver Nuggets. They're not even looking or considering Denver Nuggets as being a true contender. Okay? They're looking at right now, yes, right now they won a lot of games, so more than likely they're going to be holding a spot in the Western Conference. And I guarantee you, when Golden State or any other team look at them, they're looking at them, okay, we're going to get some rest when we play Denver Nuggets in the West. We're going to get some rest when we play them that series. We're going to go ahead and beat them in 5 so we can go ahead and get a couple of days rest and get ready for the next team. Denver Nuggets is not a true contender. So that statement game by Golden State Warriors was more of a statement from what Denver Nuggets had to show as them being a true contender, and really they showed that they are not. They are what you call pretenders in the NBA. They will hold down the spot because they win enough games in the NBA to give another team rest when they're playing in the playoffs. Okay, and I mean, I know you're probably watching like, man, you're harsh on Denver Nuggets. What I'm harsh on, to me, let me tell you this. Golden State Warriors, I looked at that game, and they've been defended harder in warm-ups by their trainers than they got defended in that game against Denver Nuggets. Denver Nuggets have not had a winning season since 2009. Last time Carmelo Anthony played for them. So when you talk about, you know who we are? Yes, I do know who you are, Golden State. Yes, you are a great team, Golden State. But understand this. As far as statement, it was a statement. It showed the Denver Nuggets, it showed exactly who they are. And you did exactly what you're supposed to do. Close them out. As far as hitting 3-pointers with nobody 10 feet back on you, you should make that. I'm surprised you didn't hit 100. I'm surprised you didn't do more. And as far as the Pelicans with not playing defense, for all these teams out here not playing defense, don't be upset when you don't win. Okay? If you don't win and you're disappointed and you're upset about how your season going, just keep in mind, I understand where they say offense win games and defense win championships, so you're not, you got to make it to the playoffs first. Got to make it to the dance. Got to make it to the party. If you don't play no defense, just run and shoot. And Pelicans, the reason why I had to throw you in there, because scoring, allowing the team to score 147 points, while you score 140 in the regulation game, show that you lack defense. And if it comes down to your organization looking at the coach, hey, if you're not coaching defense in this league, then how can I take you serious? How can the fans take you serious? I would rather see a game that ends 100-97 than a game that ends 147-140 in a regulation game in 4 quarters. Man, you looking at that score, someone probably would think that game went to triple overtime. Some of you players need to get your bootstrap, get your team, talk to the GM, and let them know that, look, if it needs leadership, then change leadership. But style of play, you cannot be a team that has 3 of the greatest shooters of all time on their roster and think that you're going to outshoot them in a run and shoot offense. Okay, so I just wanted to come out and talk about that with Golden State. You know, and yes, Golden State is a great player. Keep in mind, Kevin Durant, he's a great player. Steph Curry, he's a great player. Klay Thompson, he's a great player. He's a great defender. He has to defend pretty much the best player on every team whenever they play an opponent. So a lot of times people ask about, hey, what's wrong with Klay Thompson? Well, he had to defend the best player on every team for every opponent that he plays. You're not going to always have that scoring. Okay? But I just wanted to talk about Golden State for a second. Keep in mind, we can... Money Talk Sports, I want to thank you all for chiming in, tuning in today. Up next, I'm talking about the real statement that's going on in this league right now. The real statement. Let's talk that MVP candidate. Let's talk James Harden. Now, James Harden. This is what you call a real statement. Now, I don't know if you was focusing on playoffs in the NFL at the time. I don't know if everyone had a chance to watch that overtime thriller with Houston Rockets and Golden State Warriors. But let me tell you, that's what you call a barn burner. That's what you call fire. That's what you call a player. When you talk about an MVP candidate and what he's doing right now, normally I don't even talk MVP in January. But James Harden, man, what he's doing right now is impressive. And in the past 20 games, he's been averaging over 40 points. And this guy doesn't just do it on the field. He plays inside out. He could beat you driving to the basket. He beat you deep. Take you out in the deep water hitting threes. And he does it at the free throw line. James Harden, you gotta respect. James Harden, that game there, I'm telling you right now, what he's doing is a statement. What he's doing, to see that game, to see James Harden with his mindset, how he's playing right now, he's letting it be known. I don't care who is on the roster. Right now, James Harden is playing without Chris Paul, and he's letting everybody know. It doesn't matter who's on the roster. It doesn't matter who's on the court. No Clint Capella. No Chris Paul. I'm coming to play. Guaranteed. James Harden, man, I ain't gonna lie. Being an analyst, being a fan of the sport, watching basketball for over the years, I remember watching James Harden when he actually played at Arizona State, because he was actually a point guard at Arizona State. And I'm looking, I'm like, man, this guy is great. And then when he got picked up with OKC, and I was like, man, him, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, Russell Westbrook, man, I never understood why OKC Thunders never actually played him at the point guard, because that's the position that he played at Arizona State. But man, let me tell you right now, and when OKC had the chance to match that contract, when he had the opportunity to go to Houston, because even James Harden said he wanted to stay at that time. He was looking to stay with OKC, but they didn't actually match that deal. Man, that's the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm sure James Harden probably have a different perspective of like what's the best situation for him, but man, I'm really actually glad to see the growth that this guy is doing right now. To see that this player doesn't care, doesn't matter who the opponent is, and he shows up for Golden State Warriors. It doesn't matter who's on the court with him. It doesn't matter if if Chris Paul, Clint Capella, this guy is says, you know what? It doesn't matter if it's 1-on-4. If I have to take the shot, I'm going to take it. Man, if you want to look at a statement in the NBA, what statement is going on right now? James Harden right now, I got to respect. True statement. James Harden, man, Mr. January, keep this pace, you know, MVP, man, I'm looking forward. I can't wait. Can't wait to see the playoffs, what's going on, what's going to happen. I know right now because of some of the shows that I talked about in the past few weeks ago, everybody right now can't wait to the trade deadline, so they're really on their heels. Like, man, what's gonna happen in February? Is it prediction? What's gonna happen? You know, so I'm looking forward to that. But right now, I just wanna give kudos to James Harden. You know, but as far as that Golden State Denver Nuggets game, what statement was that? Hey. The statement was set. It was set by Denver Nuggets, showing that they're not really a true contender in the West. Okay? I want to thank you all for taking the time to chime in. Keep in mind, this is Money Talk Sports. I just want to thank everybody. Just keep coming. I'm going to give you the great content. Okay? Have a great day.